Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for tonight's reading, I am going to just be pulling some oracle messages based on whatever your current situation is. So spiritual guidance for your current situation. Pile number 1, we have this little Labradorite pyramid. Pile number 2, we have this green Aventurine point. Pile number 3 is the Citrine pyramid. And pile number 4 is this Lapis lazuli point. I'll see you at your readings, loves. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. So if you chose this Labradorite pyramid, then you are at the right place. Before I do your overall situation, energy thingy, do me a favor and click subscribe. Take one quick second if you support me, my channel, and my goals. So, card 25, Alchemy. Alchemy is about being in the energy or in the place in your life where you are really transmuting energy. So what does that mean? Typically when I see alchemy, I take it as transmuting something that was not providing you any sort of leverage, power, benefit. Transmuting some sort of energy or situation into something that does bring you. It's like the phoenix energy, if you will, okay? So taking something that was dead, dying, not working, stuck, stagnant. This could also be emotions. So being in the process of really transmuting a bunch of sadness, pain, depressive thoughts, feelings, experiences, and transmuting that in, using that energy into something that's going to bring, like I said, something beneficial. So typically this is what we call, like, in the real world, we call this the glow up, okay? If you were in the process of some sort of experience in which things really shifted for you and you were in the process of using that experience somehow energetically to glow yourself up in some means, doesn't have to be physical, but in some means in your life to which you are changing, shifting things around to most benefit yourself, okay? If that resonates with you, then you are at the right place. I'm going to use my heart rock that I found one time. It's very powerful rock energy. Alright, I'm going to pause and shuffle all your cards just to save time uploading, okay? Alright, pile number 1, I am back. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards that we got for you. We have a higher view, bearing fruit, strategy, the thinking woman, miracles, imagination, treasure your loved ones, and speak the language of love. Okay. Also, I feel like, I don't know, something bit my nose, but it's like really, really itchy at the tip. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but I just felt the need to say that just in case. Okay, so a higher view, bearing fruit. Ooh, this is giving me High Priestess vibes. This is giving me Empress vibes. So High Priestess being very in tune with intuition, being very in tune with just acknowledging, having just a higher perception of everything, being able to like take yourself apart from certain experiences or certain behaviors that you are encountering in other people, and having a very broader view versus taking things personally. Yeah, just being able to understand people from a deeper perspective than what they appear to be at first sight. You have a lot of very strong heart chakra, very in tune, like heart energy. You're probably very empathic. You feel things, you feel impressions about people. A lot of wisdom. I definitely say there's a lot of either life experiences that you've had, um, either in this lifetime, multiple lifetimes, but just like, it kind of reminds me like when I was younger, I used to like be really dark, right, and goth. And I would write poetry, and I remember like my teachers throughout the years like having peeks at my poetry and always telling me that I was very wise. And I always felt like, I don't know, like I just carried a lot with me, and I just thought that was normal. But I feel like that's something that you can resonate with. I feel like you've just had like probably a lot of lifetimes if you believe in that stuff, because there's a lot of wisdom that you hold in certain situations where you're able to um, offer out of nowhere, where you're almost just like, like where did that even come from? Why does my camera keep doing this? Hold on. Okay, so with bearing fruit here, like I said, that's giving me Empress vibes. Empress is the creator, right? She's creative energy, which is what is necessary to alchemize, if you will. Okay, you have to understand how energy works, which is what alchemy is. And alchemy is transmutation. It is changing one very powerful energy into something more productive, powerful energy, right? Like, what's his face? I love how I just called Albert Einstein what's his face, but in the notion that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it can only be transmuted or changed into something different. Okay, that's what alchemizing is. That is what your energy is. You are a very powerful being, pile number one. I don't see anything really that's like, maybe you just wanted like confirmation of your energy, but this feels like an energy reading versus guidance. Okay, this is just like confirmation to you of what you're vibrating at. Like, you wanted to know, you went to like, you know, when you go to like, or me at least, to like the auto zone or whatever, and ask them to like check your shit or whatever, the people at the place. Please don't listen to anything I say, but I go to people and places to check like my vehicle and be like, is everything good? Okay, everything's good. I feel like that's what you're doing here. Energy check-in to make sure everything's as you think it is. And yes, it is. You're in High Priestess, Empress vibes, pile number one. Strategy and the thinking woman. So there's a lot that you have going on. There's a lot that you were trying to bear fruit in with this energy that you're alchemizing in your life. There's a plan. There's a plan of, and it feels like it's something big with that you're putting a lot of your energy and attention into, with both the thinking woman who's already like, you know, strategizing in her own way through reflection, but then to have the actual strategy there on the side of it, it's just added confirmation. There's a lot you have brewing up, if you will. Miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. This is about the trust and sort of like loosening up control on your manifestations and really just allowing them to play out as they need to play out, because literally that's the best way for things to work. Like in my own personal life, I can say that when I get distracted and like my energy is completely into one thing, and so then I stop worrying about the other thing I was putting a lot of worry into because I'm so distracted over here, and then all of a sudden that area of my life just starts to flow without me putting any attention on it. That's what this feels like. Is stop trying to control how it's going to happen, because I sometimes get like that. For me personally, I get like that when it comes to like money, obviously, right? Because I don't have like a structured 9-to-5 guaranteed paycheck every 2 or every week or whatever. I make my money as an artist, so it's very spread out. It's not consistent, and so sometimes I get in that energy of like trying to control where the money's going to come from by putting a lot of heavy energy into trying to create a steady stream in one direction. But I actually have like multiple little baby canals built. And when I focus on one that's bringing in a stream for me, then the other ones all of a sudden start flowing on their own and just show up at my doorstep. And I'm just like, okay then. I feel like that's a strong guidance message for you. Is to loosen up your control on those canals that you were building and allow them to flow naturally, okay? Imagination. Envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. So yeah, I feel like this is really you just creating, like I said, you're alchemizing. Your whole life must be changing. In the beginning, I said that this was giving me Phoenix vibes, and I think that this really is. I feel like you're really changing something up for yourself in a very dramatic way. And even if it hasn't started to like appear that way, as you would say, to those around you, and it's not something very big yet, you've planted all the seeds and things are starting to pick up the pace at this current time in your experience, okay? We have treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. And we have speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. I feel like this is the energy that you are alchemizing into. Both of these cards have emphasis on this, on holding something that is very... Oh my God, she is here too. Look, they're all holding on to something that feels very fragile. And I feel like that's where your energy is being heavily focused. You have like a newborn budding baby under your care. Energetically, of course. This is what you're planting seeds. Those seeds that I told you that you were planting, that you're strategizing over here in your mind constantly. I feel like this baby that you are birthing, all of these things carry light, and light always tells me is what? Having some clarity in something, having intense power, energetically focused in one, you know, specific thing that you are trying to create, okay? So like when the woman Empress vibes over here is carrying the seed. Ew, that sounded ugly. Carrying the seed. Ew, please delete that memory that I even said that. Carrying a new creation, a new life, birthing life, okay? When she's doing that, her body starts, you know, removing focus on a lot of other things, which is why a woman has to take care of herself very heavily and take all those extra vitamins, because it starts to go, all that energy focused in the womb to help that baby thrive and grow in a very healthy way, okay? So I feel like that's what you're doing. Like your energy is being very heavily focused on whatever it is that you are trying to creating, and you are birthing a baby of love. This is a love baby. I can feel it, and it's very powerful. And I feel like if you haven't already, because it does feel very fragile and in the newfound stages, so sort of like when they say your first trimester, when nothing is secure. But I feel like your energy is in the very right place. The only suggestion I can make to you, pile number one, is right here in this miracles and having faith. Like I said, in not trying to put too much heavy control over how things play out for you, and really just sort of loosening and having more trust, which I know is easier. I mean, not easier, so definitely not easier. Wait, how's the thing go? You know what I mean, okay? Please don't make my tiny little brain spin in circles to get that right. But anyways, that's what I got for you. Let me get you an affirmation. Please give me an affirmation for pile number one that is infused with positive energy. You see, I'm giving you extra good juju, so you should definitely subscribe. Alright, what do we got here? My fearless freedom lights up the world. I love this because that's something that I didn't even mention. I did feel like there was a lot of shadow and like dark balanced in with that bright little luminescent light that you are growing, which also that's what this is, right? There's a lot that you feel that is against you. You might even be keeping excuse my little raspy voice. You might be even keeping this seed. Ew, why did I say seed again? Okay, we're gonna go with creation, this baby. I keep on grossing myself out because I'm thinking bad. Ugh, I need to stop. Okay. My fearless freedom lights up the world. You are birthing something very powerful and something that is going to be very, what was the words that I was using? Very beneficial to your life, okay? If there's a need for you to protect, remember I did say with the energy of like first trimester, then do that. Protect your creation from anybody's energy, right? But don't allow anybody to keep you from growing that, whatever it is that you are growing. But it feels like beautiful energy. Thank you, pound number 1, for sharing that with me. I hope I was able to give you some clarity. If I was, please give me a like. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. That's the main thing you can do to support me, support my channel, support my own goals that I am birthing. And until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pal number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this green Aventurine point, then you are at the right place. So before I forget, and before I get into your overall, where are you at in your life right now? Please take one quick second to click subscribe. It helps me in more ways than you can ever know. So we have card 29, discover your life purpose. Ooh, this feels powerful. Ooh, I see spirits. How did I not see that? There's like little, hold on, please phone, cooperate. There's little spirits. This feels, oh, this is so spiritual. Discover your life purpose. You are definitely involved in some sort of spiritual career. Spiritual. This didn't happen in pile 1. It's just you. It's you guys. Your journey is leading you to your life purpose, and it involves something spiritual. Now, what's confusing me about the life purpose is, why is this woman with this violin playing man, and why is he looking into our souls, and why is she sitting over there in the background, and where are they? Are they camp? Okay, I'll stop. Let me sit with this for 1 second. Okay, that was 2 seconds. Pile number 2. Are you considered do you consider yourself, pile number 2, to be yourself on a twin flame journey? Because if you do, even if you don't use the word twin flame, if you use just like counterpart connection, if you use like soulmate, if you use soul flame, whatever terms you use, just a soul connection in which this connection sort of ignites your spiritual transformation in some sort of way, or did in the past, or is currently transforming your, it's like taking you to another level, is what it feels like, okay? I feel like you're being guided in this connection, even if it's not, and I feel like more than likely, if it is a soul connection, this is not coming directly from the person, like telling you this is what you should do, this is the direction. It's sort of just like you being in connection with this person is sort of creating changes in you, or insight, like revelations in you, whatever, which is what that soul connection is really often felt as. You know, it's very triggering. It creates awarenesses in our behaviors and our way of connecting with others, but in a positive way, in a way that, yes, it hurts, yes, it triggers, yes, it feels very emotional, yes, it requires a lot of bringing up past feelings and emotions and thoughts, past experiences that keep on resurfacing, but at the same time, it's doing us the favor of bringing these things up so that we can acknowledge that they exist within our memories, within our energy body, however you want to call it, our aura, and our experience, and we need to rid ourselves of it because that's dense energy. It holds you back from really living a fulfilling and free life. Okay, that took me forever, but if that resonates with you, pile number 2, which I think it will, because you're my pile number 2s, and I even brought out my heart rock for you guys. If you haven't seen one of the previous videos where I brought this baby out, major collection. I found it in the rock. There was one day, and I was specifically like doing a meditation about calling in my soul connection. This is many, many years ago when I first discovered the thing, and I was doing a meditation, and then I looked down from my hammock and I saw a heart. And it was very strange because, like, I'm always in my yard. So the fact that this random rock I had never seen before sticking out of the dirt, and all this part, okay, I'm getting carried away, but all this part was covered in the mud. And so this is what you saw. It looked like a heart was just sticking out from the dirt. And I was like, what the hell? I went and I got it, and it was this random rock that actually on the opposite side looks nothing like a heart. But the part that was sticking out did. And I found that very strange. But I've kept the rock ever since, okay? It's in my bowl with my crystals and my random rocks. We have trust the niggle. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of wonderful things that life has to offer. We have true love. I didn't see that coming. I'm such a dork, I swear. Okay, yeah, this is definitely twin flame. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Financial constraints. Okay. The world. The storyteller. Boom. Body and soul. Courage. And nature. Okay, so we'll put trust the niggle down here. I am going to sit with your cards. I'm sorry I took forever on the original card, but hopefully I can get it together. No promises. Okay, pile number 2. So main message is about self-love. And obviously that's always going to come up in some sort of like spiritual reading, because it's always something that you have to consistently be working at, right? Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. This is about self-worth, and that's very funny. Well, it's not funny, but I was intending to do tonight's reading on messages about self-worth. Why? Because it's something that I am definitely in the process of tackling and fighting and stabbing multiple times. Just kidding. The storyteller. Writing the life, or writing the story of the life that you long to live. Because, I mean, this is what it's about, right? When you are on a spiritual journey, specifically trying to discover what your life purpose is, that's like so profound, right? That's like one of the most common things that we start to think about when we're children, or at least I did. I don't know if that's not normal. I don't know if it is normal. You tell me. But at a very young age, I started to wonder, like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of all this? Someone give me answers. So that led to my curiosity into spirituality, because religion for me, at least in the way that I was exposed to religion, was not working for me. Those were not the answers. They did not feel right to me, okay? In my soul, they did not feel right. Religion just never resonated with me. And again, I say it's nothing to do against religion, but just in the way that I was introduced to it and in the way that I experienced it was definitely not for me, okay? So I feel like that's something that's very strong in your energy as well, is having that strong desire to discover what it is that you were here for, okay? Which led you on a spiritual journey. You are in the process of... Okay, I'm sorry, I got cut off. Yes, I completely forgot where I was, but I'm going to move on to this next part. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. And then we have the card body and soul. So this once again confirms to me spiritual connection. This would be a connection in which combine body and soul in a very beautiful way, right? That's the most obvious sign that you get about meeting someone that you are connected with at a soul level, is that connection, that spark, that, I don't know what you can call it, that blooming of something that just feels very magnetic to you, okay? So I definitely say that you are in a connection. So if you are wondering if this connection is authentically a soul connection, I would definitely say that this is confirmation, both with this card as well as this card, and this card confirming that as well. So then we move on over here to back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. I feel like you've been having a little bit of challenge, especially with financial constraints over here. There is the message to ground yourself. But over here, this is about fear that you are currently challenged with. If you see the girl here, she's on her way following this stream of transformation and change. She's going on blind hope, but she's going to what she feels is her calling, which is your overall energy as well, right? You can see that she's coming from sort of darker place. You see all this like forest cover, and she's about to walk towards the clearing, okay? The number 3 is also very significant in spiritual connections, at least in the way that I view it, okay? Courage, you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So this does not necessarily have to be in regards to this connection, but it could be. If you have an issue, or if you are currently working on your boundaries, if that's something that you've always been challenged with and is setting strong boundaries, then I would definitely say that this probably would include for you setting strong boundaries in this connection with this person, because as we know, they can be very challenging, especially when you're dealing with doubt and fear, which is what is being mentioned here. Fear is an illusion, this fear that creates this shadow, this fear that creates all this doubt in being able to pursue where it is that you are being guided to walk towards, okay? So as we can see here, she has no impression as to where she's headed, but she's trusting herself that she's leading to, and she actually is. She's about to come out of the dark, confused place, okay? With courage, you are safe is the message for you. Fear is an illusion, okay? So those walls, and I take this probably as a reading, parts of it, or as a reading for me, at least this part, I can definitely say. Fear is definitely something that I'm strongly battling at this time, and I feel like every single day I'm winning. Just kidding. Most days I'm winning. But that's a very strong message for you, is being able to remember yesterday's reading mentioned, I think it was pile 2, about, damn, I always get confused about all that. But yeah, mentioning about pushing against the fear. You're either making decisions in your life based out of fear, or you're making decisions in your life based out of love, okay? Financial constraints. You're feeling a little bit wobbly when it comes to your groundedness and money coming in, okay? It says ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elementals. This is really about putting yourself back in the energy of being open to receive. This is always the hardest part, I feel, about law of attraction and spirituality, is just really putting trust when you know that the bills are due, okay? So I can understand the financial constraint and the very obvious the very obvious instinct for your mind to be heavily focused on what's not currently there versus trusting that you are going to be provided for in the way of opportunities appearing for you to pay those bills that you yet can't see how you're going to. Okay, so if that's what you've been currently experiencing, pile number 2, then I would definitely suggest to take both of these as a strong guidance to ground yourself, to understand that this fear that you are experiencing is just an illusion, putting yourself right in the place to where always trust your instincts, okay? Always follow your intuition. That's what this card is about right here, including being beside the World card, which is this really being able to only see parts of your manifestation and not the other end, or being able to see only so far and not any further than. This was yesterday's message, if I'm not mistaken. If you're one of my subscribers, then you know. If you're watching my readings daily, then you know. And if you choose pile 2 regularly, then you know. That it was the 3 of Wands yesterday, where he was about to walk off of a cliff. And this is the same energy here, as is just having to trust, because he can't see any further than where he is. Okay? So having the trust that the next step that he's going to take, there's going to be more, what is this called? I forgot what this thing is called. I'm just going to say bridge. More bridge to hold him is what, or she, I don't know what it is, he or she, but either way, right? Really trusting your intuition right now and where it is that you are being guided, and also to reevaluate your desires. I feel like that's what could be throwing your energy off, is sort of having like mixed and unsure desires as to what direction you should take currently, which, like I said, could be creating your energy to feel sort of ungrounded at this time. I am going to pull you a affirmation card that could help you with your current situation. So pile number 2 affirmation, please. Ooh. I am the dreamer of my dream. That's the same energy of this, the storyteller. To really have a lot of faith. And it really does, like, it sounds really silly, like, if you're not, like, if you're looking at it from the outside in, it sounds really silly to be like, just believe. That's basically what I'm saying, right? Just believe. But at the end of the day, when you actually understand the way energy works and you practice it in a way to where you're able to put yourself in a grounded space where nothing is making you feel emotionally or mentally, energetically unstable, when you are just in your own pure energy, you just attract wonderful things to you, everything that you want. And it's just like, when you slowly start to see those things come together in like ways that you wouldn't even imagine them coming together, when you experience that, like I have, I've not full-blown manifested the entire life that I want for myself. I'm still working some kinks. But I've started to see little of my seeds start to sprout in very strange ways that I would not have imagined them, okay? So yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope I was able to give you something. I know I talk a lot, but I don't know what to tell you. That's not going to change. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like if it resonated. Also, give me a comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Let me know how this resonated with your current situation. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this citrine pyramid, then you are at the right place. Before I tell you your overall energy for where you're at on your journey, do me a favor and click that subscribe. It takes you one quick second. It's completely free and it does much good things for me. Oh, we have sexuality as your overall place where you are in life. Okay, so let me just cover her up for the YouTube. This is about like really embracing something that you're very passionate about. Obviously, sexuality here, this is like super sacral chakra energy. So really like vibrating heavily at that energy of creation and indulgence in whatever it is that you desire. This could straight up be sexuality. Like you like embodying your true self and not experiencing, or maybe experiencing, but expressing. That's the word I was looking for. Expressing yourself and your sexuality for the first time. It feels like something blossoming, okay? So if that's your current energy, if you're feeling very passionate, very sexual, very just at your liveliest and like having that like libido and creative energy, then this is your reading. Let me fix this up. I'm actually going to put it all the way back here. That way it's way out of distance. Or how do I do this? I just don't want to get... There you go. That works out. Alright, so oh, that did not work out, actually. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to pause and shuffle your oracle cards, and then I will be right back. Alright, pile number 3. Let's see what we got. We have the Magician and the Mirror. We have action. We have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So a message about being more kind. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Just kidding. New love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. Did this come out already in pile number 1, I think? Maybe not. Ooh, this definitely came out in pile 2. Courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. Balance. Take time to relax. Indulge a little more or less. Set boundaries with your work. Okay, so finding balance. Maybe working hard, extra hard. Pile number 3. Great big love. Ooh, this feels like really heart opening. I like this. This is pretty. Let's see what else we have. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. You've definitely been working too hard. Pile number 3. Your spirit guides are like, chill out. Stop it. Take a cute little break. Just kidding. Great and Fool. Ooh, okay. So, I mean, the energy is you, like, you are in a place of creation. Yeah, you're definitely creating something for yourself. Pile number 3. That's that energy. It doesn't, like I said, it could be sexuality. Could be just your creativity is really flowing and what it is that you're trying to build and create for yourself in your life in general. Or it could be, you could just be like very creative and very sexual. And I'm not here to judge you. That's a very cute energy about it. Magician and the Mirror is about what it is that you are reflecting or seeing in a reflection. I hear, what's her name? Oh, I forgot her name. Infinity from YouTube, who mentions the Magician and the Mirror being a twin flame card. I can understand how she sees that, because as far as like the Magician being that really manifesting on a spiritual level, and then the Mirror, which is very commonly associated with the twin flame journey because of what you both mirror in each other. So if you take that, if that resonates, I could see it resonating, especially with the sexuality card here, because that passion, fiery sacral energy is very also associated with twin flame, soulmate, soul connections, all of the above. Okay, whatever you want to call it. It's a very passionate, deep connection. Okay, we could just call it that. Courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. So perhaps with this current situation, if you do resonate with that, if not, leave that message here. Okay. Magician and the Mirror being that reflective energy. I feel like you both are reflecting fear towards each other. You're like projecting. Not only reflecting to each other fear, but you're also projecting fear onto each other. If that resonates with you, like I said. So having the courage to set not only boundaries for yourself, like boundaries in which, because obviously when these reflections are happening, reflections and projections, what it's doing is triggering like all that repressed stuff that you have and that funky energy of yours. Pile number 3. Um, but yeah, to be able to set boundaries where you feel keep you in a safe place, but also available to explore the connection, okay? So action and balance. Take time to relax. I feel like you've been putting a lot of action. Action, this message of balance, this message of take time to relax, take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Indulge a little, more or less. Set boundaries with your work. So maybe that's it. These boundaries could also be within a connection if you're in one. If you're not a connection, then just boundaries in your general, maybe work environment. Being able to set strong boundaries so that you're not. I feel like I don't see it in your energy. I don't see it in your energy feeling like you're like depleted by any means. I feel like you've got that strong stamina. You're in this heavy, like this is the energy of motion. This is strong. Like sexual energy is very powerful. I don't know what you've heard, but sexual energy is, I feel, to be honest, like the most powerful of all energy, and how you use that energy can get you places, okay? So I feel like perhaps that's what you're doing. You're using all that sexual energy to really go far. You're trying to be fulfilled. You're trying to fill your cup. this golden chalice with transformation and healing and abundance and whatever it is that you are trying to fulfill within yourself, okay? Like I feel like you're really chasing it right now. There's a lot of action in your energy, but like I said, I don't see you feeling depleted, but maybe a little bit grumpy with this, what do they call it? Public service announcement, this PSA for you to simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. And look at all these animals that are benefiting from this little cute kid's kindness. With little feathers in her hair, in his hair, like yesterday's eagle. Ooh, yesterday's thinking man had this too, right? Kindness is a ripple of a favor. Yes. Number 5. Number 5 in numerology is the number of challenge in tarot too, right? Anytime you get a 5, there's some sort of challenge going on. And I feel like you've been a little bit grumpy. You've been overworking yourself, and I feel like that's in your energy. And so this is a strong message about this ripple effect. Like it's not only you that it's affecting when you're overdoing it. You start to like create little ripples of grump. That sounds so silly, but yeah, that's what I'm getting, okay? You're creating ripples of grump around you. New love. Embrace an opportunity for new love, either in your work prospects. So putting loving energy into all this heavy working that you're doing, maybe, for a favor to your coworkers, to your just work vibe in general, okay? But it also says as well as prospects for spiritual growth. So bringing love into, or using love as a potential to actually evolve is a message I'm getting for some of you. Oh, yes, with a great big love. Using the energy of love not only to like create a ripple of kindness instead of a ripple of grump, but also this energy as it creates ripples around and then makes its way back to you, which is what karma, or the idea of karma, is. That the ripples that you create come back energetically aligned to what it is that you are vibrating out, comes back in. So this ripple of love instead of this ripple of grump will really like just allow you to spiritually enhance, if you will, your heart's energy. This feels good for your heart because grumpy energy is bad for your heart. That like clogs stuff up. This type of energy, on the other hand, keeps your heart pumping nice and strong for you to do many, many more years of being on that work treadmill that you must love. I feel like you're a workaholic. Okay, I had to say it. Because 3 cards in a row of feeling like you're just like really like moving on that. Yeah, it's very exhausting. I'm exhausted. Just kidding. Let me get you an affirmation. Affirmation for pile number 3, please. Yeah, so I feel like 2 strong different messages over here. There's one about that connection and removing those fears. Understanding that the fear is an illusion and that you're both just projecting your own fears onto each other, and that's where you're feeling unstable in that. And then obviously the message is about work. Overdoing it. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Okay. No, I feel like that's in your energy. It's that very fiery energy. I'm unapologetic about what I desire. You want what you want, and that's okay. I feel like maybe you've been feeling the need to like defend what it is that your heart desires to other people. Or maybe even to yourself. Yeah, that's what that's giving me. Like, there's something in you that doubts maybe that you deserve what it is that you desire. Yeah, this is about self-love, okay? That's what I'm getting. Really feeling your worth, because I feel like you don't really have, at least on exterior energy, an issue with self-worth. You feel very fiery, very confident. But I feel like there's something within you, yeah, that desires something that you might not completely believe that you deserve. So if that resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it behind, okay? But if this did resonate, please click subscribe first and foremost. That's the easiest way that you can help me. But also like if it resonated, and comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading. I was literally just saying to myself, it's already gonna be 4. I didn't know it was that late already. It's gonna be 4 in the morning, okay? I'm trying to finish this reading. If you chose this Lapis lazuli and pile number 4, then let's go ahead and see what energy you're in. You are card number 34, entrapment. You're feeling either one of 2 things. You're feeling either very like entrapped by another person or a situation in which you feel like they are luring you energetically and you can't stay away, because like her whole demeanor is sort of very like lusty, like I lust for this control. Or entrapment, as far as like, I guess 8 of Swords vibe is the word of what entrapment is giving me, like sort of feeling like you're stuck, stagnant, not able to move out or away from a certain person or situation. So however you take that, if that resonates with what you currently feel your energy is in or where you're at in life, then yeah, you're at the right place. Alright, so I'm going to pause. Sorry. I'm going to pause and I'm going to shuffle all your oracles and then I'll be right back. Alright, I shuffled fast and they actually came out pretty fast. So let's see what we got. I feel like you got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 of each deck. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Ooh, so calling in soul connections. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. If you believe in like angels and spirit guides and the universe and, or whatever, what is it? Jesus? Angels, archangels, whatever. You're getting help from that place. Card number 12, Bearing Fruit. Ooh, I think pile 1 We have Call of the Muse. I love this card. Beloved, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. Flow, find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen this card, and it's so bright green. It's reminding me of that green Jello. It's just very, very green. That's like super intense heart energy. I love that. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with heart energy. Just kidding. Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Ooh, that connects with that heart energy. Me gusta. Be authentic. Be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Me gusta también. Look, there's this guy playing. Is he playing a flute? He's either eating a stick or playing a flute. I think he's playing a flute. Come on, phone. Do this. Do this favor for me. Okay. Yeah. And then look at her. She's over here like, I'm not that impressed, but I'll listen, I guess. I'm gonna pretend to be asleep over here, but I'm actually listening to you play the flute for me. Okay, I'll stop. Why am I so... Anyways, hostilities, cards... Bye! Hostilities, cards 26. Being on the guard, being on defense, being sort of untrustworthy. Like, I'm ready to take a swipe at you because I don't trust you. Come at me. And then man holding a heart on the opposite end. Like, here's my heart. Just take it. Very open, very trusting, very warm. Look at his hair flowing in the wind. He's got like mousse and curls up in there. Versus this caveman looking guy who's all like dirty and sweaty. Like, who knows when he last got his hair curled. This is polar opposites. Why? Alright, I'm going to sit with this energy. It is almost 4 a.m., so, like, bear with me in my nonsense, okay? Okay, so this is what I got for you so far. There is definitely indication of a love connection, which doesn't surprise me, right? And I get so... Okay, I'm gonna not. The only thing that throws me off is this freaking entrapment. Why? Because of the word entrapment. That means something that's not very like flowing in the way that seems healthy. It feels like there's almost like trickster energy going on here in this connection. Somebody's wearing a mask perhaps. I just got that, but come on now. Why didn't I see that sooner? Somebody could be wearing a mask in this connection, which is allowing for this sort of like stuck and confused and unsure what direction to take or how to feel about the situation. Sort of, is this entrapment? You or this person, vice versa. However, I doubt that the person who was wearing the mask would be the one viewing my reading, because I have a pink bubble around me, like protects me, kind of like the one from Wizard of Oz where the pretty queen when the pretty queen arrives, or the pretty princess, or the pretty witch, whatever she was, and she had like that pink bubble. I have a pink protective bubble, so this person wearing a mask is not welcome in my reading. So you, my pile number 4, must be this person laying here feeling entrapped somehow, okay? The Great Gathering, Soul Tribe, Council of Light, Spiritual Tribe, Infused. It's like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You got some spiritual help. Let's just say that. Okay, pile number 4. Then down here we have Beloved Flow, Spiritual Connection. I'm going to flip this and move this little caveman up there. And we're going to have Be Authentic and Man Holding a Heart. So there's a connection here. in which a person is probably being vice versa. Okay, this just made sense. Bye. You're seeing two people. Ooh. I almost died. You're seeing two people. That's what the mask is. It's very confusing. You feel very trapped. Why? Because 1 minute it's this Fabio looking dude with his like chest hair ever so slightly in the sun glistening. And then there's this, all of a sudden, this like caveman who's like shooing you away, and you're just like, wait, what? But didn't she just like call me, come hither this way, and now you're just like shooing me away like I'm like a stray cat that you don't mess with? No. This is very confusing, sir. Get it together. That's what I feel you're going through. So like, yeah, that's very not cool. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning. There's romance there, but there's a whole lot of other stuff in there too, if that's this connection. Which, I mean, come on now, that's what you're here for. Spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So past life, if that's something that you believe in, then this could be like a connection that you have a whole ass history with in a whole nother life, okay? Which could explain why there's some hostilities here. If you believe in that, I'm not pushing my views on anyone, but if you believe that your soul has incarnated in multiple lives, perhaps this is a soul that you were in a love relationship with in a past life, and this is why you hold a strong soul connection with them, okay? But that can also mean that wherever you left off in your past life has ran over into this life, and so even though you may not know why this person makes you feel hostile all of a sudden, but also ignites your heart in a very passionate way, there could be underlying themes. So subconsciously, you would be aware that there's something about this person just makes you feel like you've experienced something that you need to be weary of, okay? Even though they've not given you indication of that in the physical present. There's no evidence of any need to be hostile towards them, but something in you is just being triggered in that way, okay? That could be a thing, okay? In theory, right? If souls are energy that cannot be created nor destroyed, it is just it just transmutes into something different. So within a body, without a body, within a body, without a body, it is energy that just infinitely exists, okay? So the spiritual connection that you were feeling with a person in which there is the need to allow flow, find an easier path forward. Yeah, there's definitely some surrender the outcome, release your expectations. There's heavy resistance on your part to surrender what may come from this situation versus putting a lot of thought energy into what it is that you want to come from this situation. There's the need to surrender any expectation of anything because everybody is on their own journey at the end of the day, and there's the need to respect if people feel unready to be open with their heart towards you. That's this energy. Then you got to back yourself off and put yourself into a flow energy, okay? And just really focus on you, because that's where you can, if it won't be this person, then magnetically attract another strong soul connection. Because if you believe in soulmates, they say that there are multiple soulmates. But of course, if this is a twin flame situation, you only have one twin flame. But be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. Call it the muse that need to really like connect with your authentic self, because that is what sparks flow. That's what this was. It sparks flow, okay? So let's say I'm getting the impression of like the heartbeat, like when the heart goes out and you're just like at a, what is it called? Like, or a deadline or whatever, and there's no rhythm. That's what Call of the Muse and Be Authentic is. It's like the burst of energy of that electrical impulse that is, you know, put into the body, and that is what creates that flow to continue, okay? I think there needs to be strong focus on that. I feel that as being a guidance for you in this specific situation. Yeah, bearing fruit. I feel like that all connects with this. Be authentic, follow the muse, because that puts you in your Empress energy when you're really just connecting to your authentic self. And that's the best place you can be to avoid feeling stuck in any situation, okay? If you need to pull back your energy, although I don't necessarily see that message here, find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. I don't see anything indicating to you to pull your energy back, but I'm just saying that because I just sort of feel the need to say that, okay? Let me get you an affirmation card. What do we have for pile number 4? When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Yes. So dumb. This is powerful. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, that means in your authentic self, but also aligned with your own inner outer energy. Peace cannot be disrupted. It's like you're in your own little cocoon of energy. Didn't I just say to pull back your energy? Yep, I did just say that. All right, that's my cue to get some sleep. My thoughts are all loopy already, more than they're normally loopy because they're already pretty loopy. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyways, if this resonated, please subscribe. That little ripple of love that you send my way gets definitely my little unicorn, my green unicorn, and jello flowing. So do that for me because I'm really about that green jello flow. Like if it resonated, comment if you feel comfortable doing so, and have a good night. Until we vibe again.